What's going on? It's your man, DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy, R.O.
And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast, your podcaster's favorite podcast. It's a new year, and we got a special guest in this piece. I said I'm going to stop cussing so much so I can't say MFA and all that stuff. We have the man back. We got the man back. Jeff Copi is in the building.
Part 2, baby.
Yeah,
what's up, guys?
good?
What's up?
So yeah, man, it's a new year. We just gonna jump right into it like we always do. You know, who want to start it off? You want me to start it off?
Yeah,
I'll start it off, man.
You're the host of this thing.
I'm gonna ask the normal questions since it's a new year.
Okay.
We're gonna go right into if you have New Year's resolutions, if you make New Year's resolutions, or what is truly a resolution.
Right.
We might get deep on this one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go right to you, Ron.
Me, I don't have any New Year's resolutions. That's just that's not kind of not my thing.
That's not your thing.
I try to do, but every day. So I don't really have any. There's a lot of things I want to improve in, in 2023. But like things that I want to stop doing.
Right.
Not really. I can say I want to eat better, but
right.
I know me, so.
It's the things that you're already trying to do anyway.
Right,
so,
exactly. I need, probably take better care of my, my physical, but
I'm with you.
I like fried chicken and,
That's why you got that hypertension.
Exactly.
That's why you got that hypertension.
It's in our blood.
What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I definitely, I'm somebody that loves a fresh start. Like, when you clean your room and you like, all right, this is how I am now. Like, I'm going to keep this boy clean. You know what I'm saying? I love a fresh start. So, and that's what really I look at this as. So, yeah, my resolution is growth, management, and peace. Okay? Ooh. So, I'm going to keep growing in areas that I really need to grow in. And I have that all written down. I'm going to manage my lifestyle that I'm not adding anything to my lifestyle in 2023. No new cars, nothing that's a liability or that's going to be something extra. And even people, man, like I'm not adding people in that are extra, right?
Yeah.
Or that's gonna cause me to step away from what my vision and my goal is. And number 3, peace. Man, I'm at that point where I just love peace. At the end of the day, I like going home and, relaxing on the weekends. I might hit up my boys' house and go kick it with them and fall asleep on their couch watching football. But I enjoy peace. And if it's not bringing me peace, growth, or it's not helping me manage anything, like it's not really for me this year.
Hey, yeah. I like them words.
I like that perspective. That's a great perspective to have, man.
That's an amazing perspective to have. Yeah, every year I would always say something. I'm gonna quit smoking. I'm gonna quit doing this. I'm gonna, everything is about what you're gonna quit.
Right.
What you're gonna stop doing. Right. And my mentality has shifted, as a lot of people know. And for me, it's what am I gonna do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not what am I not gonna do, but what am I gonna do? So a lot of my goals they're more goals versus resolutions. I guess they're kind of the same if you look at it that way. But for me, it's like me and Ron, we've been talking. It's like we've plotted, we've planned, and now it's time to execute.
Absolutely.
So my goal for 2023 is all the things that we put in place. It's to execute.
Absolutely.
And take everything that we've been doing just to the next level.
Absolutely.
Whether it be, health. Like Ron knows, I've been trying to get a little more healthier. I've been going to the doctors, getting the tests that I need. I'm 51.
Right.
So I gotta get all them boys.
Benjamin Button, bro.
Yeah. So it's like for me, it's just to continue that and to execute and to like you said, to add to my peace.
Yeah.
And that's what it's really all about for me.
Absolutely.
So you
hit
that right on the head.
I like that a lot. And the one thing I would say is, and it sounds like you're pretty much doing it, is we talked about this a little bit before, but break it down to the simplest form, right? So, for example, one of my goals is to get my first income building property, right? So what's that look like? What do I need to have an income building property? I need this credit score, this amount saved, and this, for business owners is a little different. You don't get your W-2. You get, you got to have this much shown on your tax return or whatever. So I wrote that down as well. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, okay, what do I have to do to get the credit right? Okay. And I just kept breaking it all down to the simplest form. What's my action? What's my action? And what's the first step? Like, what's a step I can take today? And I think for whoever is listening, just know, even if it's April 30th and you're listening to this, it's not too late to have a New Year's resolution. And when you do it, just do it to break it down to where you can take the first step.
Yeah.
Jeff, you wanna because we may have some new listeners. You got an introduction, but people don't really know what you do, and what you own and whatnot. If you want to take a chance to, just in case we got some new
everybody in the world does not know Jeff Copi yet, so we're special.
Appreciate you. Yeah, guys. So Jeff Copi, owner of Monroe Nutrition. We are Monroe. Also on Boss Talk Uncensored podcast. Got a couple other things involved with as well. But really, man, I just like to look at myself as being somebody's blessing and the voice for the voiceless. That's about it, really.
Dope.
I love that, bro.
Dope.
I love that. How old are you, bro? Or do you mind?
Yeah.
59.
52 this year. 25.
25. Man. It's a great perspective, great mindset especially for a young man.
Oh,
for
sure.
Thank you.
Or a younger guy.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, he'll be 50 in no time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
He'll be 50 in no time.
Keep grinding, like you said. You keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate you.
You'll be there sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning retirement time.
Right.
You ever think about like how quick like time really goes? Like I was just thinking about like my aunt posted that she was 42. And I'm like, I swore she was 39. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, time goes so quick, and I started thinking about how my other aunt. I'm like, we just had her 40th birthday, but that was 8 years ago. And I'm like, whoa, that was a blink. Like,
and as you get older, it goes faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me with time is, I noticed probably I guess a couple years ago, like I look back at like 10 years. I'll do that every once in a while.
Yep.
And I'm talking about things to my wife that in my mind happened 10 years ago or within the last 10 years. And then we're talking and she's like, no, babe, that was like 15 years ago. Then I'll talk about something else and she'll be like, no, that was almost 18 years ago. And I'm like, wow,
that's crazy.
Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? But it gives me a perspective and it gives me motivation to go, okay. You know what I mean? Like I'm that person that said, man, I wish I would have known what I know now 10 years ago or what have you. And now I'm just at a point where I'm like, every day is every day.
Man.
Yeah.
And I had said something before and I kind of got away from it. It was simple.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, everything else is extra.
Yeah.
So do something with it.
Yep.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, I was thinking, like, matter of fact, this morning, like I woke up late. I was kind of not really depressed, but just down, like because I woke up so late. Because I'm looking at it like, man, like that was 3 hours that I could have been doing this, and that. And so immediately my response was to just go sit on the couch.
Yeah.
Right? Watch some TV. Because in my mind, mentally, I was like, my day's not starting the way I want it to start.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it just hit me like, no, get your ass up.
Yeah.
Go do something.
That's like the flesh and the spirit right there,
so
you know?
It's like, go do something. You got to go to the store. Go to the store. And get out. Do something. You don't have to. We talk about procrastination all the time.
That conversation a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
About how much time you got.
And it's like,
even
just,
after your normal
just
job.
do it. Yeah, just get up like Nike say. Just do it. Y'all got some Nike joints on. Let's show them Nike joints. Both of y'all got some. Both of y'all represent Nike. Can we get a sponsor?
I ain't got no.
Something like $50,000 or something like that.
Just a couple dollars. Just a couple dollars. We ain't greedy.
We'll give you guys the friends and family.
So yeah,
Jeff,
like
I know you. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I know you. You do a lot of things in the community, man. Is there anything you want to talk about as far as community based and some of the community based work that you do?
I mean, really, we had a really successful Christmas season. So something I've always wanted to do as like a child was I wanted to adopt a family, because one time this girl I was dating at the time, their dance team adopted a family, and I just seen the joy in like their faces, like when that family when they had a Christmas, you know.
I can imagine.
And so it was something I've always wanted to do. And so like last year we adopted a family, we were very successful, and this year we did 5. Like we adopted 5,
Nice.
right? And I don't say that to brag at all.
No, not at all.
But it's to show you guys what is possible when you're open to growth and open to what God truly has for you, and if you're willing to walk into his gift and trust the process. Because look, as a December like 2nd, I had no families, right? And I was like, I don't really know, you know.
Right.
And I prayed about it, and then it was just opportunity after opportunity after opportunity came, and I said, I'm just gonna execute on this because I'm ultimately doing God's work. So with that being said, in 2023, this is something I wrote down in my planner in 2017. But in 2023, we're releasing our first piece and of Be Somebody's Blessing clothing line, which will be my personal clothing line.
Okay.
And really it's a movement more than anything, right? And so it could be anything as far as opening a door for somebody, looking out for someone, you know. And there's this quote that Inky Johnson says, and I love it so much. It says, as long as you're making sure that somebody else's life is okay, God will always make sure that your life is okay. So that's just, I mean, we just taking one step at a time, just whatever God has for us.
That's what's up.
That's it. It's something that, you know, me and Jeff, we talk a lot, especially like when we're in the store and that kind of stuff. And something that you always say, you know, you always mention the word purpose and trust the process. Yeah. Those are the two things. And I noticed I was listening to E.T.'s book again, Eric Thomas, and he says that a lot. Yeah. And then I started going back to like other people that I admire and I listen to. Trent Shelton, he says the same thing a lot. You know what I mean? Trust the process, live your purpose, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And that's something that my mindset has changed to, is not to worry so much and not to try to force the process. Yeah. Just let the process take its course, and everything will be as my wife says, and everything will be fine.
Absolutely. And focus on becoming in the process, you know? Like, I think that's something that's hit me in the last 5 to 6 months, is like, I've been listening to like speakers, motivational speakers, personal development since I was 18, really actually since I was like 14, but since 18 I started taking it serious, and I could like quote you just about anyone, right? But a lot of times I wasn't applying the things I was saying. Like, it just gave me that little spark of motivation.
Yes.
Right. But I was like, I was listening to E.T. the other day, and I was like, I've heard this like 100 times, and right now I'm just thinking about how can I apply this to my life, you know?
Yeah, I think that's one thing for me too. Like, once again, my word is execute. Yeah. Because I hear things, and in the moment, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then it's like you slow down. Yeah. Like, everything slows down. And then you're like, once again, we talk about procrastination and that kind of stuff. And it's like
self-sabotage.
Yeah, we talk about self-sabotage a lot. And it's that's like, for me, that's a big thing. And I need all my friends, all my family hold me accountable. That is a big thing. I want to hold people accountable, and I want people to hold me accountable.
To what? I mean,
to what?
To what? Yeah.
Just to when I, for me, I share my ideas, I share my thoughts with my friends. A lot of people say, don't do that. But I'm looking for, like, not really confirmation, but I tell people my plans. I think because I do want somebody to hold me accountable, even if it's me walking into Jeff's shop and him saying, hey, remember a couple weeks ago, you told me about A, B, and C. Where are you at on that? You know what I'm saying? And so that just that in itself, that in itself is holding me accountable.
Next time you go in there, you're gonna be like, okay, so when he asks me X, Y, and Z, I can, you know what I mean? And that's how men are, especially you know, guys. We like, and it is that you can use that to motivate you to do, you know, something that you normally don't want to do. That's my problem. If I don't want to do it, I got a million reasons why I don't have to.
And that's the thing. We have 1,000 excuses on why we can't do something, but we only take one or two things of why we can do something, and then when we don't do it, then it just then we just it's like but
I think it's really just holding ourselves to the flame too. Like if we don't get it done, like we can't even point fingers. Like hold yourself accountable. Like all right, that was not me. Like you know. But I definitely like I will hold you accountable, and I want the same. Like hold me accountable too. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
and I think if we all do that, then I think we'll all be more successful.
100%.
And it's one of those things. I feel like my friend group, I feel like I could do that. I could go to Rome and be like, you know, Rome, you know you was late today. You know you was late today.
Rome was late today.
We can't. We can't. You know, we can't be late. But I understand why you was late. But you know, hey, I gotta hold him accountable. He will hold me accountable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I want my friends and family to hold me accountable. You know.
I like that.
The other thing I would say for you too is that keep being that light that you are. Because,
thank you, man. I appreciate
that seriously, like, you light up rooms when you walk in. Like, I know sometimes I'll be at the shop and I'll just be busy in the morning, just kind of flowing, and all of a sudden I hear, "Hey yo," and I'm like, at first it scares me a little bit, but it's a light, it's a brightness, you know. Like there's only two kingdoms. It's kingdom of light and kingdom of darkness. And we get to choose which one we're gonna live in. You know. So that light that you bring, like keep bringing that, because it is natural for you, and it's gonna help get you towards your dreams and goals. You know, just
I appreciate that, my brother, and I feel exactly the same way about you. So you know, and it's Rome too. Like it's, you know, I have select few people that I share my presence with, and that's not being like cocky or anything like that. It's like I've also learned that I don't want dark in my life either. I don't want negativity. Even with my family members, like we'll be talking about something, they immediately go to something negative. Like it's up to me sometimes to
human nature.
It's up to me sometimes just to go, listen, stop. Stop. I don't want to hear it. Like, and some people think I'm just being an ass, but I really don't want to hear it.
No, 100%.
Flip what you're talking about, flip it into a positive, and let's talk. You know.
Man, I was as I've gotten older, I've kind of found that for me, like people are so different, and people have different strong suits. So, like you said, hold me accountable, you know, to do X, Y, and Z. Like me personally, I am a very idea-driven type person. So I surround myself with executioners, people who can execute a lot of the ideas, because I know execution is not my strong suit. Not saying that I can't do it, or I can't, but I'm the type, I'll utilize somebody else's knowledge, wisdom, and expertise in that particular area that I don't know, you know, to steer me, you know. But I'm more of a, you know, ideas, you know, I think that's how my mind works. It's more this, and this.
That's fine.
Now, how do we get that done? You know, how we get that done? You know, that's more my friend groups. They're more of a, okay, all we got to do is, or you know, all we got to do is this, and this. So,
have you ever heard of the DISC assessment?
No, I haven't.
You should take it. You guys, everyone should take it, okay? Because it's gonna help you understand yourself better, and then it's gonna help you understand other people better, right? And what it is it kind of tells you, like, the D stands for something, the I stands for, like, the D is like dominating, I is for like influence, S is for consciousness, I believe, or maybe that's the C. The S is for something, right? I just know I'm a high D and a high I, right?
Okay, I think I did take that years ago.
But what it tells me is that I'm a high D, high I, high in dominance, high in influence. But I could be one conversation forgetting about that. We need some more tea at the shop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I need those people who are going to follow the systems. I think that's what the S is. And the C is consciousness. I need the people around me that are going to follow the systems and help me create systems and are conscious about what's going on and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know, let me go out and dominate. Let me go out and be the influence. I'll bring some other people like that with me, but I need those people.
That's a team concept. That's you know.
And I think that's where people go wrong because everybody's like, yeah, they're not really like us, so I don't really know if we should bring them into our business or our group. And I'm like, maybe that's exactly what you need to bring yourself to the next level.
Exactly.
You know?
And I can understand that 100% because I'm that. I used to be that kind of person. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what they can bring to the table. Yeah. You know, so I'm gonna go on and leave them over here to the left. Yeah. Right. Not understanding that is exactly the person that I needed. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like we would always say all the time about Rome. Like Rome is a hustler, right? He's got the hustler mentality. So that to me, that's exactly the same of you have the ideas.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So Rome is coming to you like, bro, we need to do A, B, and C. This can make money. We can take this money and we can put it over here and do A, B, and C. And then next thing you know, now we got the whole alphabet.
Yeah.
Right.
But I ain't booking nothing. I don't know who to call.
He don't know.
Right. So I don't know how to make nothing. I don't. You know.
But that's what makes me and Rome such a great team because they would always say Mike's the businessman. Yeah. And I'm not really the businessman. I don't know everything about business, right? But I know how to, like we were talking earlier, Jeff, how to break things down into the simplest form. I just have to do it. Yeah. So it's like, okay, like we were talking about signing the lease and we were talking about starting an LLC and me and Rome was talking about all this stuff and he's like, yeah, but what are we going to do? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what we're going to do yet, but I know we need this. Right. No matter what. Right. I know we got some plans and I know we need this. Yes. So until we get this, in my head, we not that we can't move forward, but we shouldn't move forward. Right. Because I know we need this. This is that's the only thing I do know. You know, right. But then it's Rome to be like, okay, now we start putting the plan together. Because
I'm a numbers dude. Yeah. So I'm saying, okay, if we're going to do X, Y, and Z, we need some market data. We need some research. Right. And so that way we're not guessing. We're not saying, oh, let's just throw some darts in. No. Right. We know, by what the numbers tell us. You know, and that way we know how to move. Yeah. So we be saying the same thing, but it might be saying, yeah, I'm wrong, but we can't get the numbers until this, and this is right. And I'm like, I know, but
I think there's power in what you guys have going on because a lot of times, like I've seen so many people have like these business meetings, right? And somebody will say something, and instead of the other person like saying why they feel it won't work, and then this person telling you like, okay, this is why I feel like that, like it would work, and then you guys figure it out together. Like I've seen so many people like. They just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, sounds good, and then never execute on it because they feel like it won't work. Instead of just being vocal about, okay, well, I'm confused on, X, Y, and Z, and then getting the other person's perspective about that, So I think that's good though that communication is key because that's already a big battle in business itself,
Yeah, and I say that a lot too for any relationship, whether it be a personal relationship, a business relationship, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, wife, whatever. Communication is key. Yeah. If you don't have communication, you're doomed to fail. Right. Right. And we know that. Yeah. But I'll be the first one to be like, my communication is horrible. Yeah. Because I get to a point where I don't want to communicate anymore. Like if you haven't heard and understood what I'm saying, I don't want to talk to you no more.
Right. What else we got to talk about?
Right. But it's like, once again, it's going back to execute. I'm going to keep saying that word. We've said it a lot, this podcast. Execution, holding people accountable, get things done. Yeah. No matter what it is, whether it be making some money, whether it be, like you said, Jeff, about donating things or adopting families or things like that, just put it in motion and execute. Yeah. And there's always going to be people around that are going to, I think that was part of my problem too. There was had too many people around me that would explain to me why it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And it gets in your head and you go, well, maybe they're right.
Yeah.
You know, especially when I would have some serious business people.
Yeah.
I would pitch them my business plan, and then they give me 20 reasons of why it won't work, right? Me not understanding that they're telling me this so that I think about it, and I already have an answer for it.
Yeah.
Figure out the answers to these things that why they won't work. But I'm one of those people.
It's like Jim Rohn said. He's like people will tell you all these reasons why it won't work, and all you need is one reason why it will. Right. Like, you know, he was real smooth back in the day. He's one of the goated personal development people.
And Mike, you have a entrepreneur type mindset, you know. So you always, I mean, I know they say I'm the hustler, but I think hustler is a strong word.
I'm more of
we can do it ourselves.
Right.
Other than, you know.
I talk to you about being a hustler as you're one of the people that, and we've argued about this before. Like Rome was like, well, how is it going to make money?
Yeah.
Right.
You know why?
But hold on.
Time is, if we got to put our time, effort, and energy into this, right? We have to turn up. Yes, there's things I love doing.
Yeah.
But like I said before, I love playing Madden.
Yeah.
If I can get paid for playing Madden, guess what I'll be doing?
Playing Madden.
I'll be getting paid for playing Madden.
Right.
So if I'm investing my time, effort, and energy into something, anything, you know, other than my kids and, you know, my family and whatnot.
Oh, no, I want to
something
get paid
that takes
for
me
them
away
little
from my
bastards.
kids and my family.
Yeah.
We got to be making, because that's what I do at the plant.
Yeah.
I trade that time for that money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the other 140 something hours I got out of, because I get them 40, the other 140 something, I want to be making money. I want to be doing something, you know, with those hours, not letting those hours piled up as just wasted time. And then now I'm back in the plant Monday complaining, you know, that I didn't have I can't wait till Friday. I didn't have a great week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I have I've kind of switched my mentality up a little bit, because I still have the thought process of, if it's your purpose and you love what you're doing, the money will come.
Absolutely,
right?
That's true.
And so I want to mix that a little bit in 2023 of, I want the purpose and I want the money.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, seeing all the things that we did, even at the end of the year, donating food, donating things, like to donate things, you have to have the money to do it.
Right.
So I know that, wouldn't it be awesome, and instead of me coming $100 out of my pocket, I was able to donate $1,000 from a business.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? The things that I take advantage of, well, we don't need to make money with that.
Right.
You know, but like we said, the more money you have, the more,
the more people ask you for it.
well, that's true. but on a positive note, the more people you can help.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's one thing that I had said to my son years ago was, you know, he was kind of upset with me because he almost felt like I was outshining him with his kids. These are my grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
grandparents gonna win every time. Every time.
Yeah. I had to explain to him though, like, I'm not doing this for them.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for me. It makes me happy because I can do it. You know, there's going to come a point in time that maybe I can't. Yeah. There was a time before where I couldn't.
There's a saying, Michael. It says, if you raise your children, you can spoil your grandchildren.
Facts.
If you spoil your children, you're going to raise your grandchildren.
I've been seeing that a lot lately. I love that. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's dope.
I like that a lot.
I've been seeing that a lot lately. That verbiage.
Can I say this though? And I don't know. I can only compare from, I was raised in the 70s. You know, I'm an old head. Parenting is hard. It got to be hard, especially now. You know what I mean? Trying to raise babies in this era, you know, or in this environment. Yeah. Parenting has to be, because when I was younger, like, you could get hit, and believe it, I don't condone or I can't confirm or deny. But what I'm saying
you ain't saying you ever got hit with an extension cord before.
But that kept us from not really like messing up, you know?
Right.
And then everybody was invested. Everybody knew who you were, you know, everybody. So we didn't have a lot of, you know, people snatching kids off off their bikes and all that kind of foolishness, you know?
Yeah. Right.
In this environment, you really have to teach your children how to protect themselves and what to and not be naive, because the world is so ugly, that like Jeff said, if you don't even know what, light is, you just following behind what everybody else think is cool, what everybody else think is, and that is definitely not, not the move. That ain't, we say, how the kids said, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
Right.
That ain't it.
So man, let's I want to jump to another topic if I can, Jeff, and if I can't, just be like, I want to talk about that right now. But I want to dive a little deep. I want to do a little quick deep dive into your podcast that's coming out, because I've heard so much about it, and I'm so intrigued. And if you could, put that out there, because I want people to really pay attention to your podcast, because I think it's something special.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So really, a guy with Tino.
Let them know who Tino Amaya is.
Tino Amaya, owner of Amaya's, owner of Tino Amaya's State Farm Insurance. He has a consulting business. He's that guy. Okay. So anyways, me and him are talking, and we were like, it'd be cool to have a podcast, highlighting different businesses and stuff like that. And, we were kind of chatting about it. Yeah, it sounds good. Well, my boy Hooter from Cleveland, he was gonna try to get on this podcast, but you guys were busy that week.
Yeah.
And I hit up Tino and I was like, "What do you think about us just doing it? Like, let's just start. Let's just go, right?" And he was like, "Let's do it." So we got with Josh from Brain Jerk, and we were just like, let's record, let's figure it out. And we're kind of like, what are we gonna call it? And we sat down at the table and we got to recording, and we're about to record, and we're like, what do you want to call it? I was like, a Boss Talk. And he was like, I like it. Let's do Boss Talk Uncensored. He said, because I cuss a lot. I said, all right, let's do it. So anyways, the whole objective of the podcast is to get, you got Tino, who's been in the game for 25, 30 years, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have me, who's the newer guy, right? Mm-hmm. So you get both perspectives, and then you get a guest of their story, their journey, but people who are actually making noise. And what's so cool is we have a list of like 50 people right now, just even in Monroe. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people making noise, and now we just get to be the a voice, I would like to say, for that. And we just bring out the best in people with their stories. And it's really for that person who wants to be serious and start a business. Mm-hmm. And they get to see the different journeys and different aspects of it all. So business or whatever, but wants to be their own boss, really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we're getting ready to launch that this month. So actually, Hooter will be the first episode.
All right, get some horns for that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so me, another big reason I wanted to do it is because I wanted to stay busy. Because I feel like if we don't distract ourselves with something like in purpose, like we're gonna find something else to distract ourselves with. And I just got tired of repeating those type of cycles. Right. So I was just like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go,
Bro, that's a perfect transition to me and Rome been talking about self-sabotage a lot. Like you just said, we get to that point where we're here and then something happens, or we basically sabotage ourselves to drop back down here because we're just comfortable going back and forth in this zone because we know this. This is what we know. And it's like, once again, execution. We're going to execute some things this year, and it's going to take us over that hump, I believe.
Absolutely.
And it's wild that you guys are doing Boss Talk, because it's business owners and business journeys and things like that. And I have a podcast that I'm working on that I'm going to do by myself, and it's called Hometown Heroes. And it's really showcasing these people that are doing things behind the scenes that don't get a lot of shine and recognition and that kind of stuff. And it goes from everything from, it's going to go from politics to business owners to, people in the backgrounds of these businesses that actually help these businesses start. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'll take you as an example. So you are the face of, say, Monroe Nutrition, right? That's your business, that's your baby, that's your thing. But I know, and I'll let you mention those names, but I know that there's people that are in your background that help you get to that point.
Absolutely.
Whether it be the ETs and people like that. So it's those are the people that I want to hit, the people in the background making things happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that, bro. There's a few people that come to mind for me even on that, but like one person like specifically is my boy Kyle Buckley. Like that dude has done so much for me, like as like mentally, like just coming in and pouring into me and helping me develop as a person. And like he'll be real and he'll be uncut with me. And he is truly M and R.O, the diamond of the rough, like the diamond in the rough, because there's nothing he can't do. Like he does so much. And so that's my one request is for you to get him on, because once you dive into his story and truly hear about him.
Yeah, I've known Kyle for years.
Man, that dude, I give a lot of praise to him.
I remember Kyle when he was in the streets.
Yeah. And to see how far he's come. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, but I got a question for you guys.
Oh, hold on, man. This is my podcast.
I got a question.
You have all the questions when I get on your podcast.
I got a question for you guys.
Let's go.
What does your guys' morning routine look like? And if you don't have one, when are you starting it?
Ooh. Great question. Now, when you say morning routine, it really depends on, for me, if it's a work day, because I work a regular 40-hour week, at a plant, or if it's a weekend.
Okay.
So to me, it's very.
You can leave out your bathroom breaks. I don't need to hear about that.
Yeah. Normally, me personally, when I wake up, I kind of, lay for a minute and kind of gain consciousness and kind of mentally go over what I'm going to do today, and mentally get myself prepared to, get up and get in this plant and do the things I need to do. But as soon as my feet touch the floor, I kind of stretch, I'm an old guy. Yeah. and as I'm stretching, I'm just giving thanks for, another opportunity, another day, and thanking the Lord I didn't get a call in the middle of the night saying, something happened to, a loved one or whatnot. And to, just give me strength and help me move forward and, move accordingly, move like I'm supposed to move, And from there, it's pretty much breakfast and out the door, to go give my 40 up.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, it's pretty routine. Weekends, I get to sleep in a little later. And usually, I'm the type of person, I'll put all my, we say procrastination, put all my weekly stuff all the way to the end of the week, all the way to the weekend. And then whatever it is I had to do during the week, I'll try to, knock those chores out, whatever it would be, whatnot. But
I like that.
pretty much for me, it's pretty routine. That's why time goes fast.
Yeah.
As you get older, because you get in the routine.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like me and Jeff have been reading the same books the last week. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have zero routine. My routine is basically get up, take a shower, get dressed. I'm saying, but I'll break that down.
Okay.
So it's get up, jump in the shower. I do process while I'm in the shower. Get out of the shower, have a cup of coffee, get my stuff together for going to work.
Yeah.
Right. But, and I think this may be where Jeff is going, I want to get a mental routine going. We know I want to get the physical as well, but I want to maybe, instead of just getting up, going straight to the shower, maybe, like you said, do some stretches, do some cardio, do some yoga, do something, have that routine to kind of clear my mind. My routine has always been trying to unravel all the things that's in my head from, because I'm the type of person I wake up all the time because my mind is racing.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I get up in the morning, it's really to just take those things that I thought about throughout the night and put them in categories.
Absolutely.
And now I want to get up in the morning, those things like execute, whether it be write them down and put them in order, whether do all this stuff before I go to work versus just rushing around, jumping in the car, getting to work, thinking about work.
Yeah.
I already know what I have to do when I get to work.
Yeah.
Work. You feel what I'm saying? So it's, for me, I want to get into that mindset of just mentally. I need a mental routine.
Absolutely.
And a physical routine. But what is your what's your morning routine?
Absolutely. So
get up, look at Facebook.
Yeah, and so seriously, this was one of my weaknesses. Is I love sleep. Like I love being cozy, and you know that feeling that you about to get when you about to get like 14 hours of sleep, and you all, yeah, I love that, right? In the morning, like I always struggled because. Here's why I struggle is because I knew I should be getting up, and I know how much further in life I would be if I got up earlier and got certain things done. And like, so then I'd like, you know, whether it was work or the shop or whatever, I would get to stuff either right on time or a couple minutes late, right? And so like I've been doing some research, and there's this guy by the name of Garen Jones. And he talks about what's called the power hour, okay? And so the power hour is you wake up an hour and a half before you got to be to where you got to be or wherever, you know, or before you got to do what you got to do. But it's called the power hour. So there's no cell phones at this time. Okay. You wake up and immediately you go into 20 minutes of exercise. And what that does is it boosts the serotonin, which is the molecule that causes that creates happiness. So that's going to boost your serotonin right away, right? Whether it's getting on a treadmill, doing jumping jacks, whatever, right? After your 20 minutes of exercise, you're going to go into 20 minutes of journaling, which it'll be journaling, meditation, and affirmations and prayer. Okay, so you're going to journal what is today going to look like and what did yesterday look like, all right? And then your affirmations, you're going to say 10 things that you love about your physical body. Because what happens is when we don't tell ourselves something, we look for confirmation in other people, right? So you look in the mirror and you tell yourself 10 affirmations about your physical body that you love, right? And then you're going to have your time with God. And then you'll go into 20 minutes of personal development. So that could be reading, that could be going into a book or a audio book, a podcast, whatever. And while you're doing it, you're taking notes. And then after, you're going to eat a healthy breakfast and drink some water. But what you do is you do that every single day, right? And what you're doing is you're instilling into your mind the routine of discipline and there's another word that I'm looking for and I'm losing it right now. But basically, like, you're instilling, like, the discipline into your mind of that morning routine. And
that's a winning recipe right there.
You know what's deep about that?
Somebody told me that when I was 25, and I started practicing that. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's a winning recipe.
What's crazy about that is that is something that I told myself a couple days ago. I was like, I'm just going to get up. And it's funny you say a power hour.
Yeah.
Because I said, I'm just going to get up an hour earlier than what I would normally get up, because then I know I'm not going to be rushing anything.
Yeah.
Right. But you putting in that same 60 minutes of doing those things, like, I think I'm a work on that.
Yeah. If you need the formula, just let me know. I'll send it to you.
I got you.
Definitely. Yeah. I just think that's you know, now you've already got the tiredness out, you've already got the grumpiness or any of that stuff out, and so now you can be exactly who you need to be when you're going to your first appointment or whatever. So
I like that. Sometimes we talk about philosophies, and you hear people talk about winning at life.
Yeah.
You know, how do you win at life? And we discussed before, and I feel like you have to win every day. You know, how you win at life, you got to win every day. And to me, what constitutes a win? Well, I think there's 4 major areas. You know, I think it's financially, I think it's mentally, I think it's physically, and I think it's spiritually. And I'll give you an example. When you get up to go to work in the morning, well, obviously you win that day because you adding to your overall value.
Yeah.
If you exercise, like you said, 20 minutes or whatnot, if you do something physical, obviously that's physical, that's helping to build your, limbs and make you stronger, that goes along with your diet and whatnot. Emotionally, you want to, I'm not saying you got to cry every day, or but,
Right.
sometimes
Laugh.
you just, laugh.
That's
right,
an emotion.
right. Feel
Yeah.
empathy for, or sympathy or whatever, and also, learn something. Like you just said, read something. You don't even have to, like me, I'm a big YouTuber. I can get lost down a YouTube rabbit hole, and I enjoy that, so when I look at, trying to win at life, if you succeed in every day, if you win in those areas every day, you can't help but, win at life. You really can't judge nobody else's possessions or whatever and compare them to what, because everybody's life is different. Like people are different. Everybody's life, is different, so wins for some people are not wins for other people, and losses, vice versa. But I just think in general, in those areas, if you win that day, you kind of win that life.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I like that a lot.
I like it. Yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up here. But I wanna let's go through and just one positive statement from each of us going into 2023.
Is there any direction? I mean,
No direction at all. This is you. You want me to start it off?
Oh yeah, you start off.
I'll just go back to I'm gonna execute as many things as I can execute on a daily basis. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whether it be looking up this and getting this, whatever it is, I'm gonna execute one thing every day, minimum.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, do you want us to hold you accountable to that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I want you to call me up, be like, bro, you get this done yet?
Right.
So yeah.
But I'm the worst person to do that because I understand. I get it, bro. I'd be like,
That's all right. It's just it can be just a text, and I can text back, and I might lie to you, but I probably won't. I'd be like, nah, bro, I ain't get that done. I'm gonna do 2 tomorrow.
right.
That procrastination.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? Give me something. You always got them good ones.
I was thinking of at first a quote. I was thinking of different quotes and stuff, but I wanna leave it on this, and it's gonna be an affirmation instead.
like it.
So I want to say that I am a positive force of light that is growing leaders who are also growing other leaders to become the best versions of themselves and to help other people become the best versions of themselves.
Boom.
I love that.
Great way to
Man, you got a good,
great way to start
head on
off
the shoulder.
2023, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's why that's the reason right there. That kind of stuff is why I said when I found out Jeff was doing a podcast, I was like, I don't. Initially, I didn't even know what the hell it was, but I was like, I don't care what it is. I know I'm gonna check it out because I feel like we have a podcast, a 10, 15-minute podcast every day when I come into the shop, right? So yeah,
and just so you know, I tell them all the time, I'm a small piece of leather, but I'm well put together. Meaning, energy drinks, I can't do it. I'm already bouncing off the, I'm already. Yeah. So I love the shakes you guys make, but
Thank you.
This brother being, he'd be like, man, you want me to pick you up? I'd be like, bro, no, don't pick me up nothing. I'm already be hyper.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
But mine, I'm gonna, obviously in R.O fashion, I'm gonna use a quote. Okay.
My man.
In 2023, may trouble follow us the whole year, but never catch up.
I like that.
I like that.
My man.
I like that
Well,
a lot.
Weezy is pretty, Weezy is smart, and Weezy is important.
But never catch up. Stay behind us.
That's what's up, man. And before we get out of here, I will, we got lifetime sponsors, so I'm gonna shout them out.
Okay.
As always, we got Jason Cole from JC Quality Construction, does everything from the 2x4 to the key to the front door. Hit him up at 734-652-9715. Tell him Beyond the Tracks podcast sent you, and he will give you 15% off all materials, as well as 8 Mile Vodka. Mikey Shu, the Tomey brothers, the Berkeley brothers. Thank you for all you do. And Jeff, you got anybody you want to shout out?
I want to shout out you for the beard kit. Man,
I think that's gonna be a new sponsor. That might be a new sponsor.
That has to be, because that is.
You didn't buy out the beard kit again?
Oh man. So shout out to you. I'm not even gonna say no. I'm gonna wait for you to do your thing, But just know, listen, if it's not connecting, 2023 is the year to make it connect. Get with Big Mike. All right.
Let's go. We will be banging out some Simply Natural products this year for sure.
This dude, goodness gracious.
What about you there, sir?
Man, same old me, my guy.
It's easy.
Yeah, I know. No, I just want shout out to Jeff. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you guys for having me.
We really do enjoy your presence. We enjoy what you're doing in the community. You are a part of our core group, as well as not just our friend, but as far as dudes who trying to make things happen on a positive note here in this small community of ours. But as far as us, we got a lot of big things coming up here in the next couple months. The face of BTT, I shouldn't say the face. We're just going to pivot a little bit and have a little more content and be more available for our listeners to follow us. And we'll be on we're still on every platform, but we'll make things a little more easier, a little more streamlined. Like we said, this is really our first year, doing this. And I tell my partners a lot of times, they think sometimes we should be doing more, and I have to tell them stop and smell the roses sometimes. Sometimes you got to stop and look around, sometimes a lot of people talk about it. We doing it. We already doing it. So, things is going to happen, they're going to happen. So just I've said all that to say look for us in 2023.
I like that.
Big things coming.
One of my favorite podcasts to listen to, so I always appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Man.
So yes, thanks for listening and viewing. I am DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy R.O.
It's your boy Jeff Copi. I didn't really have a cool nickname. Like you have R.O. Big Mike. So I was trying to think of one back here, but
nah.
JC.
Swizzle.
J Swizzle.
Anyways.
I love it, man. See you when I see you. Peace.
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 Talk.